The number one thing you can do today to improve your relationship and help it grow is to plan it on paper. My name is Dana and I own a platform called Better Topics where we regularly help hundreds of couples experience more love, joy, and connection and also have a lot of fun. Today's topic is about planning your relationship and more specifically planning what you want to do with your partner. I know some of you might think that this takes out the fun in a relationship and the spontaneity, but to be honest, it actually helps spontaneity. And all this revolves around the idea that we take a limited number of decisions per day before we get tired and we just go with whatever there is without wanting to take another decision. And that is called decision fatigue. Meaning that if you have to take too many decisions in a day related to house, work, what you're gonna wear, what makeup, which route you're gonna take to work, what are you going to do at work, and again, during the work hours we take so many decisions. Then what are you going to eat when you get home, when you're gonna do one thing or another, chores maybe, what are you going to do with your partner. By the time it's evening and by the time we get to spend time with our loved ones, we tend not to want to decide and take any more decisions for that day because we reached our limit for the day and we are suffering with decision fatigue. Therefore, if you put certain things about your relationship on paper, it will eliminate you having to take yet another decision when you're already tired and you already know what to do, therefore making things a lot easier. This technique I'm going to show you, it is perfect for very busy people, for parents especially that have to juggle, children as well, and life and work and all of that, and well, basically for most people, really. Because it gives you a blueprint and a layout of where you're going and what are the exact steps you need to do to get there, instead of having to guess every time what should we do now and just reverting back to old habits like just watching the TV and not growing the relationship. The idea to implement this came to me earlier this week because I love movies. I love watching movies. I could binge watch for ages. My husband, on the other hand, he likes few movies. If we rewatch those, he'd be okay with them. But otherwise, he's not very fussed about watching movies. I think he could go for like 6 months and not watch a movie and he'd be fine. However, lately, he's been very into watching movies and he's been okay to, watch movies almost every night, which is a very strange thing for us considering we used to watch movies once, maybe twice a week. Because the rest of the night, we wanted to focus on our relationship and ourselves. And this thing actually got me thinking, because it was quite surprising for me that he was okay to watch a movie 3 nights in a row. When I asked him, he said that he just wanted to see when would I actually reach my movie watching limit. And that was until I told him there isn't such a limit. But that got me thinking a bit more. Why is it that he agreed for us to watch movies every night? The conclusion I got to is that by the time it was evening and we had some free time to spend together and I was asking him, what do you want to do? He kept saying either I don't know, or he was suggesting movies just to, say something and have a decision. But I realized by that time, because he was already tired, because of all the decisions he took throughout the day, he just defaulted to something easy and on the spot because he was too tired to take another decision. Hence, I came up with this list idea that both me and my husband add to, and every time we are wondering what to do, we just have a look at the list and we pick something from there, which is so much easier to do when you already have such a list. And sometimes it might even happen that you don't use anything from the list, and that's okay too. But looking through all of those is like a brainstorming, and maybe other ideas pop into your mind. You can also keep this list on your phones and you can share it so both of you add to it. We've used this in the past and it worked quite well, but for some reason we just left it. So I decided to re-implement this in our relationship, and let me show you how. So what you actually need to do is just take any piece of paper. I got my planner. I have this amazing planner. Look at this. It's pink. And I've started a list in this. I also have a list going on my phone, and my husband has a list. And then once a week, I make it a point to actually go through both of them and then put everything in my agenda. just in case he might have some other ideas than I do. But you don't have to go to that extent. You can just write one list and maybe just add to that after you ask your partner what he or she thinks that, you know, you should add to it. And then that's it. You have a working list. So just start things to do with, I'll put it hobby. You can put your partner's name, whatever you think. And then just start writing it. 1. Play better topics. 2. Have a walk outside. If not cold. Very important for me. 3. Read together. 4. Just talk. 5. Massage. Me for you or you for me. 6. Dress up and take pictures. Now, sometimes you actually don't feel like dressing up and we still are taking pictures, so it's fine. And obviously you can continue and add as many things as you like, and then you can leave the list and then you can come back to it whenever you think there is something you want to add to it. And I think it is a perfect tool that can help you. It saves you from that decision fatigue. You don't have to sit and think and, you know, lose 2-3 hours just of thinking what to do that specific night. You can just go through the list, pick one, do that, you're done. Next day, you do something else. I mean, I personally found that if I'm really mindful of this decision fatigue thing, which is actually a real thing, I didn't know about it until recently, but it is. But the more I am paying attention to it and the more I'm careful to, you know, not to get into that state, the more productive I am throughout the day. And one tip I actually got from my husband, because I was very overwhelmed at some point with work and with planning, and especially when you own a business, you have to plan the work, you have to do the work, and you have to then check if that work was actually efficient. So one important tip that he gave me not so long ago was not to plan and do the work at the same time. So for example, even when I'm planning these videos for you guys, I do write my main ideas beforehand, before filming on another day. I do plan out my outfits and I do plan how the video will actually look and maybe if I need to shoot some B-rolls for it. And then when the shooting day comes, I literally just take the list and then just go through them. I personally don't really write a script because I anyway go off script most times. So there is no point for it. I do write, however, a few main ideas just to keep me in check and not to derail into other subjects. Because if you haven't noticed, I can talk a lot and it's easy for me to jump from one idea to another, but it's not as easy for other people to follow. Now, if you're wondering what Better Topics is, it is basically a card game that me and my husband have created to help couples have better conversations whilst also playing a game and having a lot of fun. The best thing about the game is that the questions are repeatable and you can replay it every week, and the winner also gets to choose the reward out of the reward deck. If you want to find out more about this game, make sure to check the link in the description box below. Also, if you visit our website, make sure to use this discount code here when you check out. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends.